Hello, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful Halloween week and you're having a great weekend. My apologies about the videos this week. It was a little bit too active on my front, and really, with the market being in a consistent uptrend with really no major movements overall during the week, it just seemed kind of pointless each day to make a video. And we can just go back and look at the week: down 0.08%, up 0.31, down 0.55, down 0.28, up 0.06. Volume was heavy on all those days, and we had longs, and especially one that worked well. How about SHLO? That worked amazing. So, it was decent, but not, amazing week. But SHLO was good to take. Too bad that, of course, the big one that breaks out of a short base was only a 1% position because the market did appear to be a little frothy, which is why we had the SRTY hedge. But overall, the conditions in the market remains the same. The Nasdaq remains under a buy signal. The Dow Jones Industrial Average remains under a buy signal, albeit not I wouldn't be focusing on this index just yet. I mean, eventually, whenever I guess they all start going into big caps, this one will come into play relative strength wise on a very short term. Is starting to do a little bit better than the Nasdaq, but still it's too early. S&P 500 also in a steady uptrend. The Russell 2000 showing a little bit more weakness, as you can see via its relative strength line, and that's why we use that as a hedge in the SRTY on the pocket pivot point buy signal day 10:30. But still, overall, the market is doing just fine. Some small cracks out there. A recent long VSAT. It's not moving up immediately from where we went long, back here right off the 50-day moving average. So it's still holding over the low a day, so it's not going to be a 100% sell, but with it closing down again on heavy volume back-to-back days, this time closing below the 20-day moving average, it is a 75% sell. Also, TRLA. It is closing below the 50-day moving average once again, so that is going to be a full sell. Let's go ahead and so TRLA is a full sell. Back in another heavier volume close below 50-day moving average. And this time we've had back-to-back heavier volume days with Red Bop. There's no need to hold on anymore. So TRLA is going to be sold, and I'm just checking to see. Okay, so final gain of 24%, but TRLA is goner. OCN also. I know that overall, technically 53.36, it's still above the 52 and 05 and 51.79 lows. However, 2 days of very heavy volume selling, some of the heaviest volume in multiple months, and this time with Red Bop. This time the sell up below 50-day moving average came on Red Bop, and since we had such two huge volume bars sell off, just relative strength wise, whoops, it looks very very weak, and overall, as you can see, relative strength of money streamlines just cratering. So I'd rather just go ahead and leave here. This has been a wild one to hold anyway. It hasn't been a real fun adventure. So to be honest with you, I'd rather just be done with this stock. And then, of course, the main failure, the real failure today, GSIT. Not that big of a deal, as we are basically already been shaken out of most of the position over and over, as it just can't stay steady. It's just way too volatile, so it has to be completely sold. Pretty nasty day, but the position was small by this point anyway, as we reduced it by 75% with one of our cells back either here or who knows here. I just don't remember anymore here. So many little areas where GSIT didn't work. Bad trade, bad trade, bad speculative trade. Besides that, there's nothing to do on the long side. There were possible add to quad with the pocket pivot point buy signal. Too bad earnings are on Tuesday. Possible add to WAG. Too bad earnings are on Tuesday. New long position signal was triggered in CHTR right off the 50-day moving average. Pocket pivot point buy signal. Its earnings are on Tuesday. And then Costco was the only other stock I considered. We have a double bottom pattern here. First bottom in August, second bottom in October, and then a handle. So we have a double bottom with handle. Volume is good on the pickup, but there's no pocket pivot point buy signal. The breakout, while good, it's just not amazing. Relative strength line, it just doesn't look that strong short term. and the sales earnings growth isn't that huge. And unless it's really going to about to become a big cap rally, it just doesn't seem like a trade I really want to make. And since I really don't want to make it, I'm not going to make it. Okay, everyone. Once again, my apologies for not having videos last week. We'll be back on our normal schedule this week as things have completely slowed down on the Lahaina side of Maui. Okay, everyone. Aloha.